Hello guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Gabriel. Last week we dove into the topic of defensive aggression in dogs. Today we're going to be exploring the topic of offensive aggression. In my opinion, these cases are the most concerning because dogs tend to be cautious about harming themselves. When a dog puts its own well-being at risk, it can become a potential danger to those around it. However, I'm here to give you some advice on how to handle these situations. Before we go into the types of offensive aggression, first we have to define what is offensive aggression. And offensive aggression is when a dog initiates conflict. It usually initiates conflict without any provocation. An example would be your dog going after another dog just because he wants to. That's a type of offensive aggression. The first type of aggression that we're going to be talking about is leash aggression. And leash aggression usually is when the dog shows aggressive behavior towards other dogs when walking on the leash. This could be barking, growling, and even lunging. Leash aggression is one of the most common aggression between dogs. This usually happens because the owner taught the dog from a young age that every time he sees another dog, he should be worried. This can happen because the dog owner is walking with his puppy and he sees another dog and he starts pulling the puppy away, start getting anxious, putting tension on the leash, and he's teaching the dog that every time he sees a dog, he should be worried. And we don't want that. So the way to solve leash aggression is the following. You want to get your dog's focus before you go out for a walk. When you know you have his focus, you can start going outdoors and start walking with him. And when you see another dog and you know that your dog will react towards that dog, you want to get his focus before he starts barking, growling, or even lunging towards the other dog. Because if you don't do that, he will be over threshold. That means that he won't be able to hear you. He will be too focused on the other dog and on growling and barking, lunging towards the other dog. So what you want to do is when you are in your house with no distractions, work on focus. Then when you're outdoors, before he reacts, start doing focus, that exercise focus. That means you say his name, he looks at you, you give him a treat. So you want to use high valued food when you're out for a walk. And you want to treat him before he reacts. Then where you're going to start teaching him that every time he sees a person, he has to look at you. And that's what we want. We want his focus. We don't want him to be focused on the other dog and the other person. We want his focus when we walk by another dog. But if you're not sure how to start and you're not sure how to do it, you might want to hire a trainer. And if you are not sure if you can control your dog, if he's too strong for you, might consider even using a muzzle. And lastly, if you want to know more about leash walking and leash aggression, I'm gonna leave a link down in the description, which will be a guide about leash walking and leash aggression. The second type of aggression that we're going to be exploring is unsocialized aggression. And unsocialized aggression should be taken very serious. And in most cases, this responsibility lies with the owner. The reason is because when someone gets a new puppy, the first thing they should do is expose their puppy to new places, noises, people, animal, and smells. By doing that, you're gonna make sure that your puppy will grow as a confident puppy, not an insecure and fearful puppy. So if you don't properly socialize him, he will be an fearful puppy, and we don't want that. While the level of socialization may vary among dogs, all dogs should be socialized. The critical period for socialization occurs during the first 16 to 20 weeks of a puppy's life. So during those first 16 to 20 weeks, what you want to do is expose him to new people, places, animals, smells, and things. And obviously you want to do it in a safe way. By doing that, you're gonna make sure that your puppy will not be insecure, fearful, and be anxious when he's out in new environments. If you don't properly socialize your puppy, what's gonna happen is that when he grows older, he's gonna be a fearful dog. So he will not know what is safe and what is not. And that's why it's called unsocialized aggression. It's similar to fearful aggression because it's not like he's trying to attack everything. It's more of he's insecure and doesn't know what it is safe. So that's why it's very important to socialize your puppy from a young age. The type of aggression that we're going to be discussing about is gene-based aggression. And gene-based aggression is the most severe type of aggression of them all. The reason is because it cannot be solved, it can be managed but not solved. A lot of people believe that if they expose or socialize the puppy from a young age and they do everything right, there's no way that their puppy becomes aggressive. Sadly, that's not the truth. The reality is some dogs can be born with aggressive issues and other dogs are more prone to becoming aggressive. The reason your dog would become aggressive would be if he comes from a line of fighters. More than likely your dog will become aggressive because he is carrying a gene that makes him aggressive. So it's not your dog's fault, it's a gene that is wired in his DNA. And if you want to blame someone, you might want to blame your breeder or the breeder that got you the dog, because it's his job to check for temperament and to inform you about the temperament of your dog to see if it's aggressive or not. That's why it's also important to know where your dog comes from if you want to know if your dog's aggressive or not. If you have an aggressive dog and you don't know what to do, what I would recommend is physically tire him out. The reason is, if you tire him out physically, he will be relaxed and in a calm state. And when he's relaxed, he will be more easy to manage. I'm not saying you're solving his aggression, but he will be more easy to manage. He will be more obedient. And you want that. And what I would also recommend is that every time you go out, keep him in a muzzle. And there's no shame on going out with a muzzle. You're being a responsible dog owner. And right now we need more responsible dog owners because a lot of people believe that their dog is the most well-behaved dog ever. But a lot of people are wrong. So by just being a responsible dog owner, you're doing much more than other dog owners that think that their dog is the most well-behaved dog ever. So that's it for today. If you stayed until the end, I truly appreciate it. Please consider showing your support by subscribing to the channel and liking the video. And see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.